Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to our September Great Love Nation meeting. It looks like we've got 2 pages of people on. Hi everybody. Hope you had a great Labor Day weekend. Anybody else wearing Samba Friend? I know Cassie and I are. I thought I would see like a whole Brady Bunch wall. Oh, there we go. Tamara's got hers. Anybody else Samba fringing? Mine came in the mail today, so I had to wear them. Hi. More people popping in. Well, they're really, really beautiful. I thought they would sell out by now, but apparently they have not. So keep selling them. I'm super excited. I'm excited for our meeting tonight. We've got a lot of guest speakers. We're going in, I mean, it's September, so we're going into the fall, which is like the magical season for your businesses. And that training that I did from 8 to 8:30 was just on Facebook parties. And so I'm gonna make that a separate, put it on YouTube and post it to the Great Love Nation. So if you do want to watch that, I've been having some really good success with Facebook parties all summer long, and just really pleased with the format. So yeah, let's go to the PowerPoint and then all of our amazing guest speakers tonight. So let's see. This is always the funny part. Okay, let's try this. All right. Can you guys see the slideshow? Can you guys see PowerPoint? Becca, give me a thumbs up because I can see you. Yes, okay, awesome. Let me move the box over there. Okay, oops. There, okay, is that good? Okay, so welcome to the Great Love Nation September meeting, and I can't believe it's September. I'm kind of freaking out. But here it is. We're ready or not, here we come. We meet as a nation every first Tuesday of every single month, and our intention for every team meeting is that you walk away from the meeting reminded why you love this business and this sisterhood, informed and equipped and inspired to go out there and continue the great work that we are doing as compassionate entrepreneurs, because this is amazing that it's our job. And I know everybody's busy, so I record these meetings, and but I'm just always so thankful that so many people do find it, find yourself able to attend the first Tuesday of every month at 8:30 on Zoom. What is the Great Love Nation? Just because we've got a lot of newbies. The Great Love Nation is our entire organization as me, your National Executive Director. I am also the director of Team Love Rising. So if you're in that group and you're like, what is Love Rising? That just means you're part of my, you're my personally sponsored or people that don't have another director above them. You're mine, Love Rising. And then we also have the amazing Veronica Martinez, who is a director and has her team Royal Oaks. Jenny Ketty de Cajon is a director in Wisconsin, and her team is the Justice League. And then Melanie Sanukian is a director in California, and her team is Beauty and Grit. But all together, we are the big umbrella of the Great Love Nation. And the mantra of our team and the foundation of everything from literally the second day that I was a compassionate entrepreneur, the mantra is do small things with great love. And it's become do small things with great love and you can change the world. And these words are like the things that these women, want their team to resonate. Mine is love. If that's not obvious, everything that I do comes from a root of love. Veronica's team is about resilience. Jenny's about positivity. Melanie is about freedom. And all together, these love, resilience, positivity, and freedom are really the core values of our team, our nation. Okay, so a couple of little things coming up for you this week. So this week, obviously Monday, there wasn't a Monday wake-up call because it was Labor Day. And so the Monday wake-up call is actually going to be a video that I'm going to post on the Facebook page, on the Trades of Hope Facebook page, tomorrow night at 6 o'clock p.m. Total like time warp because I filmed it on Sunday. I talk about hoping everybody had a great Labor Day, which technically hadn't happened yet, and I'm posting it on Wednesday night. So it's really like a Wednesday night go to bed call that happened on Sunday. So I don't even know. But I did a follow-up from my Hate Her talk. the founders had asked me to do the actual talk, but I was like, 400 people saw it at Inspire and like 8,000 people have seen it on Facebook. So I'm gonna do kind of a follow-on to it. And I really think you're gonna enjoy it. It's obviously been a topic that's been resonating, and I'm excited for you to be able to watch that video, which will be posted tomorrow night. Okay, so a couple of just things to, how do I go back? There we go. So you may or may not know this, but if you're new, Trades of Hope has a program, a postcard recognition. Every single month that you have $1,000 in PRV, you get a special postcard. It's called the Inspiring Hope postcard. Signed by one of our founders. And this is just a really cool thing that we're going into our 3rd year of doing this. Some people have the collections up on their walls. I've got a little like clipboard with all mine up there. And for me, it's a great accountability piece. $1,000 a month might not be what you are wanting to do. That's, 2 average size parties. But if you're more of a one party girl, that's great too. But this postcard is just a thing that we started 2 years ago that has just been really cool, helping to recognize the consistency. We did have, no, I can't remember. I was going to write it down how many people in the nation had $1,000 club. But if you got $1,000 club, you can, well, probably won't cheer yourself on. Yay! If you were in the $1,000 Inspiring Hope postcard. I haven't gotten a postcard yet, so I don't know what it looks like this month. But I did want to recognize our top sellers for August. I didn't do this on the page yet. I did a post that recognized literally every single person that had a sale, because I want you to know how significant it is to show up in any capacity that you can for our artisans and for your business. And if your month and your capacity is $150 or $300 in sales, or you sold some Samba fringe earrings, that is awesome. And that matters, and it's a part of the massive impact that we can have as a nation. But these 5 ladies had a particularly incredible August. So I just want to recognize our top sellers. Sarah Gustafson, who had over 4,000 in sales. Tracy Fountain had 4,500 in sales. Jenny Persick, 4,600. Melanie Sanukian had over $5,000 in sales. And then amazing Susan Johnston had $6,300, $12 in sales in August, which is amazing. And she did a little live yesterday on the Nation page because she's not here tonight. But you will be hearing a little bit from Melanie, Jenny, and Tracy tonight. Sarah, I'm going to get you on the next one. Sarah also promoted to ACE this month, which is pretty cool. So just amazing work. And of course, these ladies moved up in that Guatemala map. Susan and Stephanie Taylor were the first 2 women in the company to get to that 6,000 mark and give, what's that, the farm pack, which is super, super cool. So congratulations. You guys are so inspiring, and it's just amazing. We had 28 new sisters join us in August, and so our Creating Change tassel bracelets will be going out to their sponsors. But these are the 28 ladies who joined us. We had 3 Samanthas join us this month, which I thought was kind of interesting. So August was like the month of Samantha. Which I just thought, as I was looking through these, I was like, wow, we have a lot of Samanthas. Every time you sponsor somebody, you get a little tassel bracelet, and I just think that's really cool. And again, just another little incentive to start a collection, and just know that as you bring women into this company as compassionate entrepreneurs and sisters, you are expanding the marketplace and creating a ripple in a bigger way than anything. Shopping, hosting, joining, it's all fantastic. But when somebody joins and starts building their business, again, whether they're selling, $300 a month, $1,000 a month, or, another Susan Johnston throwing out 6,000, like pancakes, it makes a difference. And so thank you, ladies who joined us in August. We're thankful to have you. If you're here on this meeting or watching the recording, thank you so much, and welcome. We're super excited to have you. Today is the last day for Kit Builder, so please don't forget to go into your CE store. Hopefully by now you've made up your mind, but all of the fall products are 50% off, and today is the very last day to snag a fall fave. Okay, so the rest of the time tonight is going to be fall selling tips from also people that are all doing great things with their businesses, have great experiences year to year through the holidays, because there really are some wonderful things and creative things and different things that you can do even outside of your home parties. You know, obviously this Guatemala map, I hope is up on your wall in your office somewhere, or somewhere that you can look at it and get ready to check off some of those. I've been Xing mine, but put a big old X across your first step, and make sure you know where you're going. Are you giving a bike? You know, I know Luann's giving a bike by Christmas, which is awesome. That's kind of my goal too. So yay, Luann, I know. But know where you're going too. If your heart is stirred by a goat, which we did a thing with goats a few years ago that was like just blew up the world. It was amazing. Everybody went crazy for goats. So go for goats this year. You know, whatever it is that fires you up, know where you're going and enjoy the journey of getting there. And hopefully some of what you're going to hear tonight are going to give you some ideas for creative things you can do in these fall months to help. And there's the cup. That's the first step. That's the little sneak peek of the tumbler. And then of course the Samba fringe earrings. Okay. So I'm going to start with my tips real quick, and then I'm going to throw it over to our guests this evening. So my tips, Mama Kits, birthdays, and breast cancer awareness are the three things that I'm going to talk about real quick. So I shared this in the training I did before the meeting, but I have found, and I don't know if you have found, that the Mama Kits really made summer successful for me. They were incredibly motivating for hostesses. Even like a hostess who was sort of reluctant to do a Facebook party or a home party was like, I can't say no to this Mama Kit. This is too amazing. I was so inspired by them. And so together, my hostesses and I just went for it. And so when the campaign ended with Mercy for Mamas, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna keep doing this, because I did a couple parties without them and I felt the difference. So you can continue to donate Mama Kits. It's basically like giving one person in your party free shipping, because they're only $7 through Mercy for Mamas. And I gave 3 Mama Kits last month for my three Facebook parties. So that was $1,500. And it was a blast. It was so fun to be inspired, to have that common goal, and to, you know, get everybody engaged. I continued to use the same Vimeo video from Trades of Hope over the summer, because it's a great video, and just say, hey, this campaign ended, but I wanted to keep it going. So I would strongly suggest, if you feel that it's sustainable to spend $7 on a $500 party, then continue to offer Mama Kits as an incentive. Also, birthdays. So some of you know this, but some of you might not. Trades of Hope's birthday is in September. And our founders are super generous and always do a fun giveaway. It's usually every single purchase made over a certain block of time gets a free pair of earrings tossed in their order. So I would be completely shocked if it was not the same this year. And the birthday party, the birthday celebration is usually in early September, like coming probably very soon. And so if you don't have like a Facebook party for this week, you might want to get one. Just throwing that out there. That's my selling tip for literally like the next week. So, because it's going to be birthday time soon. The other thing is our breast cancer awareness collection is launching September 17th. I don't know how much I can tell you, but I'll tell you some. There are 2 items in the collection. One of them, it happens to be on this picture somewhere. And it is hot. And I'm doing an event. I'm going to try to do an event centered around that one particular item and try to sell like 50 or 100 of them. Yep, you got it, Luann. And yeah, so get excited about the breast cancer awareness collection that comes out September 17th. Start thinking about like a mystery hostess or a peek out like thing you could do. Start connecting with people in your local, you know, community. That, like, I have an organization, and it's a couple of friends that started a foundation for a gal. So I try to link up with them every year. we are giving back to a really cool organization this year that you'll learn a lot more about, but it's not Pink Ink this year. It's actually a group called the Pink Ribbon Girls, and they're based out of Ohio. And they are, it's an organization that just helps women who are going through treatment with anything that they need, like meals, rides, cleaning their house, picking up their kids, you know, whatever they need. They are offering that extra support during their treatment. So lots of details will come out, but do start thinking about it. Sometimes we're like, but it's not October. So September 17th is when the collection will launch. And we have sold out the collection before October ends. So don't wait until like later in October, just in case this collection sells out. Also, something I like to do with my October hostesses is do pink out parties. So just like encourage the guests to wear pink. Sometimes she'll decorate with pink things, and it's just, you know, it's just kind of a nice thing to do, and it makes for great pictures and just gets everybody sort of engaged in breast cancer awareness. Okay, so those are my tips. I am going to stop sharing and go to speaker view. And all right, I'm gonna look. Are there any questions? Okay. All right, no actual questions, just woohoos and go for goats. I love that. Hashtag go for goats. Okay, so we're gonna start with Jenny Persick, who is hopefully here. And Jenny's gonna share a little bit about kind of some selling mindsets. And then Beth Lucart's here. She's gonna talk about fall open houses. Tracy Fountain's here to talk about fundraisers. Sabrina and Amber Martin are here to talk about the Thanksgiving crew, which is pretty awesome. And Melanie's here to talk about an ornament thing that she does. Spring is here to talk about coffee pop-ups. And then Jenny's going to round us out with vendor events. So, ladies, we're looking at like 3 to 4 minutes each, so we finish this meeting by about 9:15. That is the goal. So, Jenny, you are last, and so you might only have 30 seconds to talk about vendor events. But I am going to ask each of these ladies to do a follow-up post with a lot more information about the thing that they're sharing about over on the Great Love Nation page over the next week or so. So there's going to be some resources over there. So if they don't get everything out, it's just sort of planting a seed of an idea. Don't worry, we'll have plenty of time to put posts up on the Nation page so that they can expand on the thing that they're going to share. Okay, so Jenny, I hope you're here. Jenny Persick, are you here? Unmute yourself and share.
Oh, there we go. Hey!
Hey!
All right. Thanks for letting me share. Yeah, so my tip is really just a mindset change, remembering our purpose and remembering why we joined Trades of Hope and keeping that in our forefront and letting that motivate us and move us forward. So I put it into 3 E's. The first E is educate. We need people need to know why shop with Trades of Hope, why fair trade over, the store down the street. And so as we educate people, their minds and their hearts are changed, then their actions are going to change. And so a lot of my why I'm doing this is to spread the word about the difference that's being made. And I know that's why you guys joined too. So educating. The second E is encourage. Part of my purpose is to pour into my hostesses and pour into their friends, encourage them however I can, see them as people, just like our artisans who, sometimes are going through difficult things themselves. And so how can I encourage them? How can I lift them up? And one way that I do that too is right before a party ends, maybe a day or 2 before I close it out, I'll tell the hostess where she's at. And I'll give her a call and I'll say, hey, I'm so excited you're at, and it could be $100 or it could be $1,000. And I'll just tell her, you're doing such a great job. This is how we spread the word about our artisans. And to keep the momentum going, we can, share these pictures or, share this post on your page and just give her some ideas for helping it to grow and to finish strong too. So either way, I just want to encourage the hostess and encourage her friends. And then the third E is to entrust. And this one is really a struggle for me because I want to take control and I want to know that if I call 10 people, one of them at least is going to say yes. But that doesn't always happen. It doesn't always work the way we think it's going to work. And so we need to be okay with the outcome. And that's not like say lovey, do whatever whatever happens, but it's more of just a, yes, I'm going to be faithful to educate and to encourage. But at the end of the day, I'm going to trust that God has begun a good work in these women's lives and my life, and that he is the one who's going to bring it to completion. So we can trust him with the outcome and trust him to continue that good work and let him provide and do it. Okay, I think that's 2 minutes or 3.
That's awesome. No, that's fabulous, Jenny. That's amazing. And thank you. And I wanted you to go first because the mindset is everything. And I love those 3 words, educate, encourage, and trust, because that's an easy thing to think about and put up on your board. You know, when you're like, I don't know where, you know, how to feel about what's happening. We'll focus in. Have I educated somebody today? Have I encouraged my hostess? And have I just let go a little bit of the process and entrusted it? So that's amazing. Thank you, Jenny. You set the stage perfectly for my girl Beth Bluecart, who's going to talk about what to do if you don't have any parties yet on your calendar. So Beth, take it away.
Hey everybody. Okay, thank you for listening and thanks for tuning in tonight. But I want to talk about one of a challenge that I think is real for a lot of people, and that's when you feel like you don't have anyone to host for you. You don't have any parties on your books, and you're looking at that map to Guatemala, wherever you are with your goals, and you're thinking, how am I supposed to reach that? And one of the things I want to remind you is that you can always be your own hostess. Whether you are at a time in your business where you're looking to do like a relaunch, or whether it's a fall open house. I hosted a fall open house last week here at my house. I did a collaborative party, which I typically don't do, but my bestie, she sells Mary Kay, and so we did a little party that we called Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice, and we had a whole fall theme. We said it's going to be our kickoff. Come see all of our new fall products, you know, try on the new fall line and jewelry, and she had a couple different things. We served pumpkin spice lattes and had apple cider, of course, and just had all sorts of delicious treats. So we invited some of our best girlfriends and customers because we wanted it to feel like a party, like fun, you know, something that people would want to come to. We did it about 11 o'clock on a Saturday morning. We had a lot of people come through. We had a lot of folks send their regrets, but still wanted to shop online. And at the end of the day, for me, it ended up being a $700 party with 3 bookings. So if you feel like you don't have anything going for you right now, then you need to think outside the box and think about being your own hostess. I think that's a way that you can really get stuff back on track. So.
Somebody's wrestling with their self. Oh, it's Carla. Carla.
Hi.
Okay.
This is open.
Oh, bless your heart. Okay.
All right. So anyway, that's my big thing, is I don't want you to forget that you can be your own hostess. So try to think about that. Set a date for a fall open house. Show off all the new products. Really take a really fun season, and do your best. Be your own hostess. You're your best customer, I hope, anyway, right? I know I am. I have to have all the things. And so when you have all the things, it's more fun to have people come over and try them on. Or, you know, if you don't feel like you can do it at your home, think outside the box. Go to a church, go to a coffee shop, go to a wine bar. Find a place where you can do it and invite all your girlfriends over. So anyway, that's what I got.
That's perfect. Thank you, Beth. And it's great to hear the actual success that you had with that kind of thing. I mean, I've definitely gone back to the drawing board when I, you know, haven't had what I want on my calendar. Hosting something with your friends any time of year can be a great way to kind of reboot and get a couple of bookings, and especially if you partner up with somebody else. So awesome. Thank you so much. Next up, talking about fundraisers, is Tracy Fountain.
Hey, ladies. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. Okay. Awesome. Good to see so many smiling faces tonight. I asked Erin if I could share about fundraisers, because if I think back to my business over the last year and a half, it's one of the things that has really been a game changer. So I'm going to share 3 reasons why I love fundraisers. One of them, of course, is that you can support a cause that you really are into and that you want to give more back to. So I'll go back to that in a second. The second thing is that it helps you get into new circles. So as Beth was just mentioning, like hosting your own parties, a way to book parties. But if you want to get into new circles, fundraisers are an amazing way to do that. And then third, we've got this amazing map to Guatemala. And this can help bump your PRV to get you to whatever your goals are on that map. So I'm going to go back and talk a little bit about it. So supporting causes you love. Be strategic about the causes that you want to do fundraisers for. So I had a person I met at a party, and she's a midwife, and she's going to Uganda this fall. So an example is I was like, hey, I want to partner with you. So this summer we did a Mama Kit party for her because she's going to Uganda to get midwife training. So it was a perfect connection there. And just based off that, she had an $800 party, and I got 2 bookings that I'm going to be doing this month. So that just gives you an example of how to get out of your circles. I've done fundraisers for like women's shelters, also fundraising trips for kids that are traveling to like Haiti. I did that last year. That blew up my business. I got 5 bookings off that party. It was like a $1,500 party. So those are just ways that you can use fundraisers to get out of your circles, because they're going to bring people in you don't know. The third thing with your PRV, this is one thing I've talked to my team about, because some people think, well, I really need I need the money, the income, you know, for my family too. And I'm that way. I have to, you know, Trades of Hope is one of my main income streams. Just so you know, you can pick how much of your PRV that you are giving away. So with the trip that my friend, the midwife, did, I only gave 10% of my commission. And she was really still happy with that, and I still am booking parties. So you can give anywhere between 10% or 25% or more of your commissions. You get to choose. Another fear that people have as well, then people are just going to book more parties that are fundraisers off my fundraiser. That has not been the case for me. I've never had that happen. So just want to encourage you with that. And another way that you can use fundraisers is kit builder. Like, use it to build your kit. So if you're going to give 20 to 25% away of your commissions to a fundraiser, you might want to keep the hostess rewards, to use those hostess rewards to bring more pieces into your personal kit. So as you're looking at the Christmas season, the fall season, it's a great time to boost PRV. And if you're really struggling with getting out of your circles, book a fundraiser. So that's, I went over my time. But.
No, that's okay. No, that's perfect. I agree with you 1,000 times over, because fundraisers are definitely good for all of those things. And I have done everything that you're talking about with my business over the years, and it's tremendous. Plus fundraisers feel good. I mean, I've got, I'm doing a huge one on Sunday with a mom who I've done now. This is my 3rd one I've done with her. She lost her daughter to brain cancer, and it's just been this incredible relationship. I knew her daughter before she passed away, and now we continue to work together and raise money for research. And it's such a close connection to our community. It's just an honor. It's an honor to do those kinds of events. I've given a well with a gal that it was her passion. You know, you're tapping into somebody else's passion, and there's no way you can go wrong with that. And the fruits of that are always amazing. My biggest parties ever in my entire time as a CE have always been, what are they called? Fundraisers. So awesome. Really.
Can I give one other quick tip? Sorry, yeah. I just thought of something. That, you know, be strategic about your hostesses, because as we know, our hostesses, so I have a friend that is in a bunch of circles that I am not, that I want to get into. And she was just sharing something that she's super passionate with me about. And so I just asked her, I'm like, hey, she needed to raise some money for something she cares about. I'm like, let's partner with this and empower women. And I don't know if I wouldn't have made that ask. So be strategic, like use fundraisers with people that you know are going to get people at that party and be excited. So, okay.
And actually I found that within my close circle, the fundraiser is the best way for people to connect with me and my business, and the way that I feel the most comfortable. So in my case, it actually is a way to get my closest circle to shop more. And then I have booked parties into, you know, acquaintances and whatever. But yeah, it's a great tool. Awesome. Okay. Next up is Sabrina and Amber. They're going to share with you about the Thanksgiving crew.
Hey guys, you hear me?
Yes.
I apologize for any background noise of children. So last year was the first year I did Thanksgiving Crew, and it was actually really successful, and it created a ton of excitement in my group. lot of people wanted to be a part of it. And so basically what you do is I called it artisan ambassadors. I was looking for artisan ambassadors, and you get 10 people to agree to sell $100, either with their own Christmas shopping or, with their families and friends, if they're going somewhere for Thanksgiving, and you're kind of having that, it's like probably like a 2-week period or a week and a half period around Thanksgiving. So the Black Friday fun is all kind of a part of that. So you're basically having $1,000 party because you've got 10 people who are participating. Oh, you made a slide. That looks awesome.
I did a slide. Yeah, I just quietly.
I wrote stuff down so I didn't forget it, and I have a slide.
There's a lot of information for this one, which we'll do a good post for it, but I want a visual. Yeah,
there's a lot of kind of strategic ways on how you can, get up everybody excited and kind of get people, and some things to think about ahead of time. But it's awesome because you end up with $1,000 in PRV. And then the prizes are you split the hostess rewards. So I think last year I did, like one person got like $75, and then I split the rest between, 5 people got $25, and then 4 people got half price items. And you can do a cash grand prize if you want. It's elective. I mean, you're going to make $250 in commission. So if you want to do a $50 cash prize or whatever, but it's like everybody gets a gift. So that's like fun. And then they're going to people's houses, and they're going to be bringing the catalogs, and you'll sort of send them an ambassador packet in the mail. But it really helped kind of get my group like active. I thought, it was like I kept updating the post and private messaging people, and it really created a lot of excitement. So it was really, really fun, and it's a great way to get $1,000 party. And if people don't want to host, like they're, maybe you've got people who are like, oh, I don't really want to host, and it's not the right time, or it's a lot of work. Well, this is a way to host, kind of, but with a lot less work.
Amber, did you want to chime in with something additional? I can't see Amber. So.
Hi, sorry. I'm trying to unmute myself.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a really good overview. You can hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. That was a good overview. I'm trying to think what I wanted to add to that. I know we can add it to the details, but it is really neat that everyone involved, gets a prize. I think that's kind of a draw. Everyone will get something from it. So again, going back to like thinking about who to invite, I definitely target those who haven't really committed to hosting a party. Like this is a great way, like, hey, you can shop for holiday gifts, even if maybe they're just going to spend the $100, or they're going to share, with people. And with the little bonus cash prize, I just changed that. Instead of giving a cash prize, I just added it like the top seller, or however you want to word it, like whoever, sells the most in your Thanksgiving crew, they can choose a bracelet. I've kind of adjusted it, but I think this year I'm going to do a bracelet or earrings that's like up to $30. So just kind of like a fun little bonus prize, in addition to everyone, getting something, whether it's $50 in free product or the half off items. And I think the only thing I want to add is, so I've done it 2 years now, and I want to thank you for this idea, because I think it's an awesome way to, just boost your November or December, I guess, depending when you, put in the party. But I have people coming in. What was I going to say? Okay. Anyway, so since I've done this 2 years now, like, going into my 3rd year, I've already had people reaching out to me like, hey, I want to be part of the crew. Or I asked someone about doing a fundraiser, and she's like, oh, I can't do that right now, but I'd love to do the Thanksgiving crew again. So it's nice, like once you kind of build that idea, like people know that's an option. So
that's awesome. Yeah, the first year I heard about this, I think some people called it like a turkey trot, or there's been other names for it. But I was completely resistant to it. I was like, oh my gosh, complicated details. I'm not a detailed kind of person. So I did not do it. I chose not to do it for a couple of years. But then when Jess actually posted about it being the Thanksgiving crew, I actually liked the title better. So I was like, all right, let me take a second look at this. And now I've done it 3 years, and it's great. Like, just like they said, like, once you kind of once you do it once, you'll kind of work out the kinks and figure out what works best for you. I mean, I've already in my little notebook started a list. I think I have 20 people on it that I'm going to reach out to about for the crew. I'm already thinking about it because it's just like a bonus $1,000 party in the month of November. And like I said in the slide, if you can break it up between 10 people, I'm thinking this year of even trying to do it with 20 people with $50 orders. But it's really people that want to take advantage of the Black Friday sale anyway, and they're so I always create a link that actually serves multiple uses too. So like I might share it as the link for my Black Friday sale post and share it with my Thanksgiving crew, so that I also, because Sabrina shared this on their post, like people will flake out too. So then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I've only got 9 people that are going to place $100 orders. Well, if you're sharing that same party linked with other, getting some Samba fringe earrings or whatever, like filling in those gaps, it really, you can pretty, assuredly make it $1,000 party. So we'll do an extensive post on this because it is really a great idea. There's a lot of ways to do it that make it fun and successful. So thank you, ladies, for sharing that. Thanksgiving crew. All right, Melanie, you're up. Melanie Sanukian in the ornaments upsell.
Hi guys, Melanie here. I noticed Amber still had daylight on her because we're both on the West Coast. So hi, Amber. But I have done this actually, I think 3 Christmases. This will be my 4th Christmas, I believe, or maybe my 3rd Christmas that I've done the ornament upsell. That's not what I call it to customers, by the way. But the whole idea of upsell and sales is to kind of place an incentive or a carrot or a banana, as Erin calls it, to get people to purchase more, because I really want all of us to have an efficient use of our time in parties that we go to, that we feel like we come back and we got a good hourly pay, if you will. And so I started earlier this year in August. I just decided I still have some ornaments left over from last year. So I'm going to do it with my August parties, because there are women out there who are thinking about shopping for the holidays that far in advance. I am not one of those women, but they are out there. And so I offered that for anyone at all of my parties, even a couple of Facebook ones. I don't do all of the Facebook parties because I don't really like mailing things, but I had a friend who was really going for a goal, so I offered it. And 2 of her gals from that party spent over $150, and so I'm mailing them the ornament, and I will do it because I love my friend. But I had 10 women that purchased over $150 in gifts for the holidays by me offering or ornaments. So what you can do is just purchase a few sets of them. If you haven't already purchased some I did it for Hostess Rewards and my August party, and I just got my shipment in, but probably the simplest and easiest way to do it is to get our piece ornaments. They're $22 for 7 of them, and you can either arrange them in the Love or Hope Bowl, or some people have a little Christmas tree through the holidays to do the ornaments on. Don't go crazy if you don't want to, but these are great because you can even offer to personalize them with like a Sharpie marker. Who would you like this ornament to be made to? Or do you want to put love, joy, or peace on it? That kind of a thing. And you can have them out. And I have a little kind of window display that I've put a bunch of them on, and over the years they've just been picked clean. The funny story at this one party was that the wise man from our set from Haiti, that was the whole nativity, was left over. He was the only one that hadn't been picked. Like someone picked a camel and a donkey before the wise man. So that was the story I was told at my parties. And my friend, who was very compassionate, anyway, he has a home now. The wise man has found a home. But I had a party that the gal decided, let's do an August party before stuff gets crazy. But our schools around here are started at all different times, and she got so many no's by people who'd already started. And so she said, I only have 1 yes and like 3 maybes. Do you want to just quit? And I said, no, just send out your reminder and we'll see what happened. And the day of the party, she goes, well, it looks like I have 5 people coming. Do you still want to do it? And I was like, let's do it. All 5 of those women bought $150 with my, get your free ornament thing. And then she did sales afterwards where she reached out to people, and it was an over $1,000 party. And so I want our time to be efficient when we use this. And the last thing that I was going to say is that there are people, like I remember thinking, will people really spend that much money? Because I'm upping it to $200 for October and November, because that's when all people are then thinking about the holiday sales. So I'm going bold and I'm going big. And every year I've had people purchase that much, because why not give gifts that can, that give back? And they come, I always tell them, they come in these beautiful bags with a tag. So all your recipients will know, who it's helping and blessing. And so I guarantee you, if you feel like, oh, that's not my crowd or not in my area, like I hang out with homeschool moms who are all one income, families. Be bold and just throw it out there. And it won't be for everybody, but it will be for more people than you would think. And then it's efficient use of your time. We're selling more of our artisan partners products, and it's just a win-win all the way around.
That's Luke Hard asked, do you typically do the piece ornaments or do you have a variety?
I do all of them, and I only let them give them away. So it's a double thing where I'm displaying them all so that they can see them. And I didn't spend my own money. I bought it with Hostess Rewards prior to it. And then they can just pick them. And what's fun is, I tell you what, the birds always go first. I don't know what it is about birds. People love birds. I had the wire bird set, which, rest in peace, wire bird set, but people love those, and I have one left. So even telling people, oh, this is an exclusive, item, we don't have them anymore, but they're really well loved. Like, some people are drawn even when you tell the stories. Like, I have one paper angel left from Vietnam. So anyway, you get attached to their stories. So even sharing the stories of the ornaments often will motivate people to do it. But I like having a variety. But for those who, can't afford to just go out and buy a bunch of ornaments, start with the piece ornaments. And that can be a simple way to start.
Awesome. Oh, okay. People are answering other questions. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. I've done this, at different parties too. And it's amazing. It's a blast. I have just like a little tiny tree that I put them on. And yeah, I did the same thing. I had like one lone cereal box star. I should have kept it because that's like keeper, but I gave it to somebody. Yeah. And I was saying before, I said before this meeting started, typically in like December, we have some kind of like end of the year Christmas sale. So that's a good time too to like snatch up some, half priced ornaments to have for next year for this same purpose. Ornaments are always good, like booking incentives. And then it's a fabulous tool.
Pat had a question. I don't know if you saw it.
I just called you Erin, Veronica.
It's like looking in the mirror. So, Mel, Pat had a question. Yeah. Do you announce the ornament incentive at the party or with the invitation?
Oh, I announce it at the party. I'm kind of a fly by the seat of your pants, so I'll just let people know when I'm doing at the end that they're shopping. I'll just let them know. So, but on the Facebook, obviously on the Facebook party, I announced it there. So, yeah, don't want to scare people off.
Yeah, don't give them a chance to overthink it.
No,
they need to hear the stories first, and then they'll be like, well, of course I'm going to spend $150, Yeah. And
I was going to say that I have used it. I had a really great August because I had booked things far in advance, but my September was really thin. Everyone's like, no, October. So now I've done an incentive that I'm going to give a free ornament to any hostess who books with me in September. So that's another way to do it.
Ornaments, you can't go wrong. Just having a store of ornaments in a drawer somewhere. They will come in handy and bear fruit. Yeah. All right. Awesome. Spring. My coffee shop pop-up girl.
Hi, everybody. I will try to be as fast as possible. So I have 3 just little points for coffee pop-ups. The first one, it spells the word pop. Okay. So number 1, presence. If you don't like coffee and you don't like coffee shops, don't worry about trying this. But if you love coffee, like I do, then find a place that you want to bring your presence to, okay? I think one of the ways that this goes wrong is that if you go into a situation of trying to set up your products at any type of little shop and you expect that you're going to get a ton of attention or that it's just going to be easy breezy, then, that's why it may not work. So what I learned is that you need to find a place, if you have a fair trade coffee shop, someplace that's attached to a cause. I happen to have that. The church that I go to is a coffee shop to help fight against human trafficking. So perfect thing, but find something, even if it's a mom and pop. And guess what? Even if it's Starbucks. I have had Starbucks that I frequent and I sit there. I'm wearing Trades of Hope. I have a bag. I stick it on the table, and I'm doing my work. So bring your presence to a place that you enjoy and that you would want to spend time in and that you think Trades of Hope would be a good fit. And the O in POP is optimistic offer. You need to approach this coffee shop with what you can offer. Like, what do you appreciate about the shop, and how will you make that shop better by bringing business to them? Okay, that's usually what it is. Like, you're going to bring guests and you're going to bring people, and but really identify, like, if you can meet the owner, that's great. If it's a small business shop, if it's a chain, then it's a little different. You're going to want to, kind of hobnob with people who work there and the manager. But the point is to make a presence, build relationships, and more than likely, if you wind up talking to a manager or owner and you're just there a lot and you're bringing your presence, they're going to want to know what you do. And they're going to be more excited about linking arms with you. Third one is perseverance. So presence, optimistic offer. What do you have to offer them? What's in it for them? And 3, perseverance. And I say perseverance because I started this 2 years ago, making a presence, and no one would even look at me when I set up my products. And I would go and chit chat with people, and people didn't want to pay much attention to me. And I kept at it for, 6 months. It doesn't have to take you that long, but in this case, it took me that. And by November, when November rolled around, I sold $1,700 in the coffee shop in November. And, because people are in and out all the time. And so once you have established yourself, and part of the way you can establish is by setting up a little gathering. You could have a party, you could, just get a few friends, whatnot. There are book clubs that go to coffee shops. There are all kinds of people that are there. And I promise you, they will see your products and they will want to know what's going on. So, the first year I did it $1,700, and the next year when I set up and did it, I had people that were actually then wanting to book parties, and then people that from a party I booked, then somebody joined from that. So there are just so many ripples that come, and a big part of that is the commitment and the perseverance to keep your presence there, and to be interested in what they are doing also. Did I have cash and carry items? I did, but I also just sold a lot, like had orders. And another thing I would do for like a local community factor, I would also offer personal shopping things. So like I had a guy come in and he ordered like $200. So I had all the stuff shipped to me. I wrapped his gifts and I brought them back to the coffee shop so he could pick them up. So that was just a little added bonus to throw in there.
Well, and what you're doing is you're building relationships. You are adding value to people's lives, to your community. You're showing good customer service. Everything about doing this is good business practices, and that's why you've seen fruit from it because of your commitment to those core values of good business. So it's awesome. It's a great tip. And totally raving customers. I love it. All right. Thank you, Spring. Jenny, you have 30 seconds to talk about vendor events. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. I did say you were last, so you'd probably have the least amount of time. So okay, I'm going to let you do a post about it, but tell us about, and I picked you because you do the harvest thing. Tell us a little bit about vendor events.
Well, I think with events, probably the most important thing is to be choosy about them and pick ones where either people are going to be shopping, that is what they're going there for. If you do an event where you're there, like a run or something, and maybe they have vendors there, but people they don't even have money with them. They're like wearing their running clothes. They didn't bring $20, and so make sure you're picking events where people want to shop. And also, or events that have like-minded people where you might be able to find lots of hostesses and potential CEs, maybe events for human trafficking, to help prevent it, obviously. Or, mission-minded groups, churches, women's groups. The other thing I would say is you have to be bold. For the first couple events that I did, I was like so timid and like would hardly talk or engage with people or like look them in the eye. And so they didn't go that well. So you just have to be bold, be brave, engage with people. One thing I did to kind of help give myself a reason to talk to people, I would put the cereal boxes out and say, or one of these products is made out of cereal boxes. Can you figure out which one, or something like that? Put little cards that have little questions on it. And then people read them out loud. And then it kind of gives you like a moment, be like, oh, what do you think? And the other thing I've done, I did a harvest festival once, and I actually had a little station for kids to come and make cereal box beads. It's like super cheap to do because you just cut up some cereal boxes. And that got a lot of kids to come over and want to hang. And so then the parents started shopping while their kids were doing that. So if there's gonna be a lot of kids there, that's a good way to keep them away from your jewelry and something else and get their parents focused. The other thing I will say is it is really important to price your items. And I know it's annoying and it takes a lot of time, but I know like one thing that I would suggest you do is go to a vendor event before you do one and notice how you react as you're shopping, because I know when I'm shopping and nothing has prices on it, I just walk to the next one, even if I like the stuff, because it's annoying. You don't want to sit there. You don't want to guess. If it costs $80, you don't want to make a face because you're like, what? That's $80? You know what I mean? So you just go by. And so price your items. Make sure, and it doesn't have to be something special. I've used little wooden clips before, like little wooden, what do you call them?
Paper clips or
clothes hanger
clothespins.
Clothespins. I'm like, those are good because you can just the tiny ones and you can just write the price on them and then clip them onto the jewelry, and then that way it's easy to get it on and off as opposed to tying little strings that take forever to get on and off, and it's so annoying, and then they get wound. Yeah, so that's a little suggestion. Yeah, I think that's it. So, and one more thing, get people's info. Do not just give away your stuff and get nothing, because people forget and they do want to buy things. They do want to learn more about Trades of Hope. So make sure if you're giving something away, you're also getting their info, probably their Facebook or their text, their phone number is the easiest because that's the least awkward way, I think, to follow up with people. So yeah. Okay, thanks.
Awesome. Thank you. And thank you, Mika, for making your mommy beautiful throughout that entire talk. Mika's always trying to keep Jenny on her toes. Okay. So we did pretty good, a few minutes over, but thank you so much for everybody who shared. Now, my final word is don't be like, oh my gosh, I have to go do a fundraiser, a coffee pop-up, a vendor event, a Facebook party, and like, don't have your head explode. Like, it's okay. Like, if one of these things resonated with you, go do that. This is, I knew it was going to be a lot of information, but I want you to see that you have options. And so if you feel like, oh, but I can't get somebody to do a home party with me, there are so many other things that you can do and set up and reach out to. I hope your wheels are spinning in a really positive way. And you're like, wow, okay, I got this. Like, I might not have a home party hostess, but I can do a fall gathering at my house, like a little open house. Or, I really connected with what Tracy said about the fundraisers. I've got like 4 people that just popped into my head that might want to do a fundraiser with me. Like, take whatever is like popping up and just be excited and run with that. And have fun. I mean, this really is a fun time of year to have a business that people love purchasing from because they're actively looking for meaningful gifts. And we have incredible, beautiful, meaningful gifts for somebody on their list, if not 20 people on their list. So, I always say, like, have your shop open, be the choice that they make. They're looking for people to buy Christmas presents from. Be that best option for people in all sorts of ways. And just thank you so much again for being here tonight. Thank you to everybody who spoke, for sharing your wisdom. You guys are incredibly talented women, and each one of you has the ability to go out and do any of the things that we talked about tonight. And I will have everybody share more details and give you the chance to ask more questions, because I know it was a lot of information. But I hope you're inspired. I hope you're excited. I can't wait to see what you guys do with what we talked about tonight. So, and I will post the Facebook training later on as well. So thank you, everybody. Have an amazing, wonderful night. I'm going to stop